Apologies for the fragmented nature of this video. Since lockdown ended and I went to visit my parents, every project I've tried to do so far has ended slightly disastrously. Firstly, a trip up the northeast coast ended when I had to rush back and see to my mother and father, who were having a bit of an emergency. And secondly, when I went down to Twickenham and everything was going swimmingly until this camera developed an SD card problem. So we never really finished that vlog either. So I stitched everything together, and it's made it a bit overlong, but it does tell the story of what I've been up to since we came out of lockdown in mid-April and up to about present day. If you enjoy what you see, then please remember to subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and join the notifications by hitting the bell, which will tell you when any new video is released. Don't forget to leave any comments if you like what you see, or even if you don't. Welcome back to the channel. Monday the 26th of April. Left my parents' house at Saltburn and went north up the coast into Durham. Spent a night at Seaham. On the Tuesday, ventured up the coast, couldn't find anywhere decent to park in South Shields, so crossed the river and parked up in Tynemouth. Following day, on the Wednesday, continued a little bit further north through Cullercuts and Whitley Bay and stopped at Seaton Sluice. And on Thursday we moved up to Alnmouth. We're now travelling on Friday the 30th of April in lovely damp conditions up towards Bamborough, where I'll probably be spending the night somewhere around there. So I'll leave you with a few shots and videos that I took along the way this week. Hope you enjoy it. Blast Beach at Seaham. Lots of mining done here. Finished in about 1991. The spoil used to go over the cliffs. A lot of it is now being washed away. You can still see the colouring. Another view of the beach at Seaham. Blast Beach. At the top of the cliff here there's lots of bouquets, memorial plaques, obviously a place of remembrance. What a great view to have, to come up and remember somebody. And looking north from the same car park or the same cliffs, we can see Seaham Harbour itself. Dropping down into Seaham itself. This is Vane Tempest Beach Car Park, but it seems to say that motorhomes are not entitled, so we'll go and have a look at the proper one, which is just a bit further north, only a couple of 100 yards or so. Okay, we're at Seaham Beach, which is just north of Seaham Harbour. So, just having a walk along the bottom promenade into Seaham itself. Only about half a mile. Blow the cobwebs out. It's the central seafront at Seaham. Nice car park. Again, it's not supposed to be for motorhomes, but I might try it later. Found a place near to the promenade, top promenade at Tynemouth. There's only parking charges on bank holidays, Saturdays and Sundays. So in the background you can see the street I'm parked on, and 50 yards towards the sea, the top floor, and this is the view you get. In that direction we have Tynemouth Long Sands. Towards the town, Castle and Priory. The other side of the King Edward Bay headland is indeed the mouth of the Tyne. In the far distance you can see South Shields. And this is what you'd call the main street of Tynemouth. When the weather's terrible and you're not allowed to sit indoors in pubs, we do have the option of Tynemouth Station. So platform 2 bar has been here for some time. Internally, of course, nothing happening at the moment. A lot of the pubs and restaurants are actually closed on the high street, which is a bit unusual. And there you have it, a lovely view to wake up to. Driving up towards Whitley Bay through Cullercoats. So at Seaton Sluice, looking north towards Blythe, across some gorgeous sands, for which this area of coast is famous. Looking back southwards towards Whitley Bay, you see New Biggin Lighthouse. And again, Blythe to the north, if you can hear me above this wind. So this is the view at the far end of the basin. A few more boats kept upstream above the weir. There's a fair bit of history to Seaton Sluice, and if you visit, you can come and have a look and learn for yourselves. And this is what the harbour looks like as the tide begins to come in. disappointing. Pleasant view that I have out of the van window. Okay, here you have Bamburgh Castle from the landward side. Or the modern version of Bebbanburg, if you watch The Last Kingdom. And here we have the northern seaward side of Bamburgh. And over the dunes, this is the view that awaits you. South. And looking north. Leaving Bamburgh and heading towards Berwick. Thursday, May the 20th, and we're travelling into London for the European Rugby Cup Finals, the Challenge Cup Final on the Friday night, and the Champions Cup Final on the Saturday. I have tickets for the Friday night game, and we'll just check in the atmosphere around the stadium and the Twickenham and Richmond areas for Saturday's game. The Challenge Cup is the equivalent in rugby of the UEFA Cup, the lesser competition. Leicester Tigers have managed to make the final and will be playing Montpellier, obviously from France. And Saturday's game, the Champions Cup final, is between La Rochelle and Stade Toulousain, or Toulouse, again, both teams from France. The idea is we're going to stop on the Thursday night at a pub stop near Kempton Park Racecourse, which is on the right side of London for where I'll need to be next day, and we'll go and do a little recce around Twickenham or Richmond, have a few drinks and try and decide where I'll try and find a better park up on the Friday and the Saturday. Speak to you later. So here we are at the Jubilee Public House opposite Kempton Park Racecourse. There's space for a couple of vans if you're not too big. At the moment he's charging £5 a night and an extra £5 I think if you want electric hookup and water. So we're checking out the various pubs around the Twickenham and Richmond area to ensure we can get a drink tomorrow before the game and on Saturday for the Challenge Cup final and then the Champions Cup final. We appear to have found a very good park up by the side of the Thames on the Twickenham side. Richmond Lock. And the Twickenham crossing. There is bay parking down at the other end of this street, restricted to about 2 hours stay. But this end, there appears to be no restrictions. So we're taking a chance on it. Catch you later. All ready for the afternoon and evening festivities. Speak to you shortly. We started in the Sun Inn in Richmond, our usual starting point for a rugby final. Arrived at Twickenham. Got the bus easily enough, just a 10-minute drive. Coming down to the river. Take a short left and we should see the Barmy Arms. And here we are. And into the cabbage patch for a quick one before my table, which has been booked for 4 o'clock, and the people come in and kick me out, which is fine. I shall move on somewhere else. Not many people there yet. I reckon they may have slightly better gear than I have. Okay, we're now into Twickenham Stadium. I didn't film coming in because obviously it was a bit of security, people who are
Leicester Tigers!
Rochdale campsite to meet up with Smiggy, who's putting his van in for its hab check at Spinneys tomorrow.
Won't stop for traffic lights, and
Campsites between Knutsford, Holmes Chapel, and not far from Macclesfield.
I'll never figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.
And we're set up awaiting Smiggy's arrival. He reckons he's about 10 minutes away.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high.
On a walk from the campsite,
Even if the sky is falling
heading
down,
pub direction.
even if the sky is
Quite a
falling
nice walk
down,
once you get through the farmers' boggy fields.
the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
Then it was on to the 5-day Motorhome.com arranged meetup at Littleborough RUFC near Hollingworth Lake, just outside Rochdale and off the M62. Littleborough Rugby Union Football Club, and it's a lovely day. We have the M62 motorway in the background. You can't really hear much noise from it, which is good. And the vans are starting to turn up. One of the roaming Radfords taking shots of his own van for his own channel. Down towards the lake, Hollingworth Lake. The Rochdale Canal, railway line beside, and you have goose and duck action. The final piece of the broken jigsaw, if you like, is of course that I've been desperate to try and get over to France, but as usual, everything I'm planning at the moment seems to have barriers placed in its way. This time Macron and the French seem to be putting even more obstacles in our way, and it's now almost impossible to get to France, travel through France without lots and lots of paperwork and lots of money to take PCR tests, etc. We will get there eventually.